recording, and live. And this is date
Oh.
night.
Son of a bitch.
A very special date night, if I may
Yeah.
not add.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Touching controversial topics off air.
Yeah, we were just discussing the love-hate relationships with bees, hornets, and wasps because they're all different.
Yes.
Well, we all
No,
love
for
bees.
wasps, it's pure hate.
Yeah. Hatred for wasps, love for bees. This is a line that I will die on.
Yeah. If you're big and fuzzy and ball around and pollinate stuff and sting costs you your life, so you weigh the consequences carefully, I'll fuck with you.
Yep.
But if you're one of these asshole wasps, no, man, no. They just sting with impunity. It's not right.
I will actively try to help a bee hydrate and try to get that bee back up and going. Not a wasp.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's the stuff I was telling you about Nate's previous characters. Remember when you're like, ooh, I don't know, the one we're playing right now and the other one? Yeah. Hey, guys, a new follower. Would you look at that?
Dope.
Oh, my God.
We apparently are so great. It takes us just talking about bees to get new followers.
Oh, nice.
Thank you.
We need that sound sample.
We do. We need a sound sample. I also need to hotkey some things.
Mixing board.
But hey, thanks for the follow. That was really awesome, and we really appreciate it. How about we appreciate it so much? We're going to stop our conversation.
Shout out.
And I mean, we're going to do better than a shout out. I think we're better than the casual, hey, thank you, follower. Ian, because you are the perfect improviser.
Yes.
Let's go to Haas 00312, and the important here is underscore. Could you maybe sing a birthday type jingle for a new follower?
Haas 0012 underscore.
Oh, it was close. 00312.
00312. I'm gonna fuck that part up. I know it.
You got this. We all believe in you.
Okay, all right. We're gonna go with happy birthday to you.
Oh
yeah.
Happy birthday
Oh.
to you.
I'm a sultry.
Happy birthday. Haas 0123122 underscore. Happy birthday to you.
Hey!
Mr.
And
President.
it's canon.
That wasn't me. I felt Miss Monroe for a minute there. It wasn't me. I was overtaken by the spirit.
We all love it, and I'll tell you what. That's got to be something new for new followers. I'm just gonna say it. We got to do something.
We'll sing a
just
birthday
as great
jingle.
it may be birthday jingle. We'll have to think on that.
Could be another jingle.
It could be any.
Is
jingle.
it Haas's birthday?
Is it Haas's birthday?
It could be.
I mean,
or did you just pick birthday jingle as a random thing?
There's a 1 in 365 chance.
Yes.
Unless Haas was born on a leap year. Then I mean, who knows? I was actually hoping.
Think they would be.
I was hoping you would stick to the jingle part and not happy birthday, but I love where it went. I love what happened all of a sudden.
Yeah, very organic.
Yeah, it truly was.
I feel sultry.
But hey, let's discuss what's going on tonight, because we're obviously not playing our normal, typical. We're not going to start our very first ever session tonight for very specific reasons, which we don't have to go into. Some of us are not in literally the proper spot to play because they're not at home, and the other hand, they don't feel super great. So we're gonna move on straight past it, unless anyone wants to comment on it. I doubt it though. So
if you want to send a get well, it's me. Hooray!
There we go. Yeah. Shafa does not feel great.
I was going to say that's this episode. You have to figure out which one of us is calling from a hospital bed.
Yeah. All right. Well, the cat's out of the bag. Yes, one of us is currently in a hospital. I would assume having the time of their lives.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's
Yeah.
pretty great. They have me on a lot of drugs.
No.
I heard it has a wonderful view, but
It
I don't
does.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This could actually be the perfect time for her to be the barbarian, though, because what better frame of mind?
It's true.
I
Just
know.
looped.
I mean I think the whole stream we might actually get a Twitch ban if all of a sudden a nurse came in and was like, all right, we're doing your procedure now, change the schedule. I think that would really change
Oh my
everything.
God.
I feel like I could hang up, Like I feel like before I go in the room, like I probably will have the opportunity to hang up.
No, these are crazy. These are some crazy nurses. They're like, we're getting in now. Keep it
They're in a
live.
rush.
Yep.
Ruthlessly efficient.
Yeah.
These are Twitch nurses, so they know how to live stream procedure.
I'm just like, let me hang up. They're like, everything is content.
Oh, the eeriness in that voice just now. So basically, kind of what we're gonna do is learn a little bit more about everybody. Kind of give everyone a little bit of spotlight to tell about themselves and what tabletop role playing has done for them, and or if they don't feel comfortable explaining their personal lives as much, diving a little bit more into their character creation type of thing, and then definitely leaving a nice cliffhanger for our next session. So,
Oh.
with that said, the person who is most likely to fall asleep while streaming due to drugs,
Yeah.
Shafa, here's a quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
We've played a couple games together, you and I specifically now.
Right.
But what was the idea behind Shava?
Now, Shava originally started as I was gonna role play this character, like cosplay this character. I was so into it. Like, this is me, man. Like, I wrote this character sheet weeks in advance of the game that I was planning. And then, COVID happened and we're not meeting in person anymore. So my character kind of got scrapped, but I loved them so much that I adapted them to this new platform where I could actually realize their full potential.
Sure. There's gosh, I can't remember which writer it is. One of the big famous writers always says the story that you have to write is the one that sticks in your head years later. And that's kind of what it sounded like. Like, this was a character that really stuck in your head, and you're like, I gotta play this character somehow, some way. So that's awesome.
That's it.
That's awesome.
That's it. Yeah, she needed to have a voice. So,
And
I'm here, and we're going to see what we can do with her.
exactly. Well, and the one crucial thing I want to try to get down super fast, because it's kind of become more mainstream, and people really appreciate it when you can kind of hit these points properly and explain it properly. Is there any specific kind of pronoun that we should be using for Shava?
Shava, she, her, they, them. It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah. They wouldn't be upset about being called a bro or a dude or anything, but typically speaking more towards the feminine gender spectrum.
Or bra if you just get kicked in the face while sleeping in a bush, right?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Well, actually, first off, I want you to be impressed because I practice this for 7 days straight, listening to the recorded stream. You ready? Your city, your location, Belanomisk.
Yay.
Oh,
I'm so
he
proud
did
of
it.
you.
Yes, I pronounced a word in a totally made up language that is somewhat close to Russian. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
He did it.
I know it.
Nice.
I know it. And those of you that know me know that I played a little bit of college football and didn't learn how to properly tackle, or I probably did, and I just avoided it and used way too much of my head. And words have become way more difficult now than they were when when I was 18, 19, 20.
Just hard mode, you know?
Yeah,
Well,
there
words
there
are hard.
there were dudes that were, 220 when I was 150, and I said, I can hit that guy as hard, if not harder than him hitting me. And it was great logic. It just didn't pan out all the time.
Not all the time, I'm
Not
sure,
all the
but
time.
yeah, sometimes I'm sure it did.
At one point,
Sports will do that to you.
at one point in high school, I thought I caught a punt and started running. And my best friend, luckily, my best friend was there close by. And he picked up the ball and actually returned the punt. But I was for sure that I caught the punt, and I thought I had a good 10, 12 yards before I realized no one was chasing me. And that's when I hit the sideline.
That's not good.
That was it.
What happened to the ball?
Bench for 5.
No.
Just
I had the ball, you guys. What happened to the?
my hand egg.
Why am I wearing this dress? Matt, you untucked your jersey, dude. So yeah, the good news is if I mispronounce things, I have an immediate excuse that I'm colorblind. Get it? That's another head trauma incident joke, but I am colorblind.
Jesus.
So attack me for that as well. What we're gonna do now is jump to our next person and kind of get the same question. So Ian, are you ready for this? I also practiced this, which I shouldn't need to, but once again, I'm really bad with words. Ramando.
Yeah.
I even tried to hit the accent in there too. Explain us what Ramando is. What his core person is.
I kind of made Ramondo to be sort of like functionally the opposite of what I typically play in a D&D game. Because in all my D&D games, I've played the character that like their job is to get up close and smash things, and it's always like a melee character.
Yeah.
So I decided this one like deliberately to model him after like a kind of like sneaky sorcerer who has to like rely on his wits and talking more so than just like Hulk smash.
Yep.
And the accent is completely random. It was going to be one of two, and I think I picked the one that in the long term will be less annoying.
What
Because
for sake of listening, what was the other one?
The other option was he was going to sound French Canadian.
Gotcha. Okay.
So Ramondo could have talked like this the entire campaign.
So
Oh man.
So I
Which
mean,
in hindsight would have been easier for me because this is super easy for me to do. I've had many friends in my life who speak just like this, so it's easy to imitate.
So what I'm getting from this, it's on record. It's literally being recorded. Is you think French Canadians have the worst accent? That's just what I heard, right?
No, I find other people find it very grating. I myself don't think it's a bad accent at all.
Look at that. I directly attacked him just to be a jerk because I'm evil, and he came back with the nicest comment. Well played.
No,
well played.
I don't mind the French Canadian accent, but like multiple other people definitely feel it is one of the more annoying ones in the world.
It's people that we can definitely link directly to the producers of Letterkenny, the television show Letterkenny. What I've heard just from watching an episode or two, not a sponsor, for sure is that they are in love with the French side of Canada. That's just what I've heard. Definitely haven't seen every episode.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, French Canada, it's a mixed bag, It's like anything else. You take the good with the bad.
I love
But
it.
yeah, like he very nearly sounded like George St. Pierre from the UFC for the entire campaign.
Oh man,
very likable person though, George St. Pierre.
He's one of my favorite from the UFC.
I'd tap that.
He come back from retirement and he take the championship away. How much cooler can you get?
One of my favorite quotes from him is like, I trained to fight an army of men, so one man cannot defeat me.
Oh, George, a scary guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
George is awesome.
and let's be honest, when he showed up in the MCU as Backtrack the Leaper, I was kind of rooting for him.
You know, they do my boy George dirty with that one. He deserved better character.
I was watching him, fight Captain America, and I was like, dude, go for the legs. They said it already in another movie. Go for just dive.
just take him down.
I'm all about Captain America. I'm a big old nerd. If you can't tell by the things directly behind me, I'm a big nerd.
Yeah, people can see you.
I know they can see my face. This week I didn't even do the understubble. I just let it be what it is.
Oh,
wow!
I know it.
That's a bold move.
It's a bold move. I also didn't get a haircut, and I decided on a theme for the things I was going to wear. I'm also wearing nerdy shirts all the time.
This is coordination on another level.
Setting the standard for date night.
Setting the standard for date night.
I was gonna say, should we all dress up? Is that what he's telling us? Like, there's a dress code, and I'm severely underdressed.
I dressed up in my pictures.
Yeah, but you were also currently in a robe.
I don't even.
Which
you can't
is
that.
Dressing up.
First of all, we're playing D&D, and robes are normal attire.
Wait a minute. Solving the problem right now. What is this guy wearing? That's a robe. Just so we're all clear.
That is a good point.
That's a good point. Also, while this is up here, painted and customized by our very own player, Nate.
Oh, hello.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yes, my nice search for an image and just playing around with some Word document and stock 3D paint on my computer. That's how I got my poster.
That's pretty cool.
These were all done by our very own the Kraken.
Yes.
And here's my favorite, only because Nate, you and I have worked on some projects together, which I've definitely have finished, and I'm gonna publish them very soon for sure. Is I was explaining a character to him, and Nate's always understood what I've kind of got in my head that I just can't physically put on paper, or I can't make the sheet to make that work. And so I was describing a very specific enemy for Ian in a past campaign, and he goes, "Oh, you mean something like this?" And he just made this guy. This was just done. How long did this take you?
Oh, I don't know. I think like the ideas, and then finally I just like started piecing together the skeleton arms and everything, and just it was fun because like we were talking about it, and then you were also like sending Ian hints to the character, so it was just fun. But I enjoyed making that because it was like in that campaign, my Ian and my character was like just buddies, so it was fun creating that mini for him.
And one thing we never ended up telling Ian, Ian, correct me if I'm wrong, is Nate actually put some of that character, like his stats, together. I was like, "Hey man, this is your buddy. What can he handle? What can't he handle?" You know?
Yeah, I forgot about that, and I was just like, and I think was it like I can't remember. Did we think of like the basically wrestling match like with rounds and everything?
Yeah.
Or was that?
Yeah, you suggested there be certain rounds, and like after each round, other players could chime in, give inspiration, or toss out. I think you even said like toss out potions or toss new weapons.
Yeah.
But Ian, you had to beat this guy, ancestor and all, because he stole your favorite weapon. So,
Ian?
did we lose Ian? Is he gone forever?
Is he just emotionally just like choked and just like can't talk right now?
That's what it
He's
is.
very overwhelmed with
Yes.
emotion for Spinner.
Mhm.
That sound, but the vump, that means he was so incredibly sad he had to just go offline.
Yep.
Yeah, wow.
That's
Asked
what
in the chat.
It's like a glass cage of emotion.
Yep.
Yeah, or did my internet decide to take a poop on me? I'll never tell.
No. It's a mystery for another day. Another date.
Another,
Yeah, you like that?
Another night.
I see what you did there.
Another 7.
Dun dun dun. So what was it that put me in a glass cage of emotion?
We were discussing this mini that Nate actually put together that I'm sure you recognize from our previous campaign.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
And we were discussing, we're not quite sure if you remember or not, or if I told you, but Nate actually helped me build that encounter.
That's cool.
I told him, this is kind of your adventure buddy. This is the guy you've been ride or die with since session 1. Help me kill him. So
those characters are fun because they were just like a ridiculous tag team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and we were just discussing when we decided that you were gone, having an emotional cry off screen about how it was actually a fight over your favorite weapon, but a weapon that somehow out of nowhere, divine intervention or whatever it was, actually I made while I was working with a piece of tape and some extra wire we had laying around. And then later on, you're like, this personally hit me. Like, this meant something to me personally. And I was blown away.
Yeah, because my granddad was a crazy old man who him and my grandma used to drive down to Florida every winter to avoid Canadian horrible winter. And for a few years, like I think it was back in like, when I was pretty young. It was like the late 90s or something. It was a big thing in Florida that like robbers would attack retirees because they knew they had cash and like they're 80. What are they going to do?
Yeah.
So my granddad made this crazy ass billy club that was a bunch of copper wires. He put one end in a vise and just like twisted it until it was a solid cable, and he tied a big dirty knot in the end of it. And I remember you talked about this mace my character got, and then Nate drew a picture of it, which looked like eerily similar to the thing that my granddad had actually made in real life.
And it was crazy. I mean, I was sitting at lunch. I ate my lunch and I had like 10 minutes left, and I was like, and I was just fiddling. Like, I was literally just holding copper wire and just fiddling around. And I went, this would make a cool weapon. And I took my tape and I kind of ripped my tape apart, put it through the twist I was making. I was like, it's a club. This is crazy. And I think you waited a session or two before you told us. And I was just like, this is what gaming is all about. Is just you.
Well, yeah, because I was like, this is spooky. How did he know about this thing? Did he hire a really good private eye? Like, what the hell's going on?
That's secretly what I've been doing.
It's like, wow, this DM like really vets his players and like really investigates in them.
I mean, like I was saying, this is just kind of what gaming is. Like, you don't know that something emotional is going to come out of you until it does. And in fact, I kind of want to talk on that more, but we haven't jumped over to Nate's character, like we did Ian and Shafa. So let's jump over to Nate real quick. What is the Kraken? What is the Kraken? What is Dungograt? Give us kind of. You kind of give us a little bit in our session 0, but dive just a tiny bit deeper for us.
Okay, so like just from playing D&D with D and Matt and everyone, Dunkelgrot is from a one shot I created. So it has like I made this history, and I wanted like it to be a different kind of like city/kingdom where it wasn't townsfolk, but it was townsfolk, but it was like goblins,
Yeah.
bugbears, and I don't like, and I just wanted it to be an interesting place and have like maybe the beast or characters and races that normally would be attacking people living in like relatively harmony because they decided to band together because, well, strength in numbers. And I wanted just to be like, oh, how cool it'd be to actually people get to walk around in a city that was magically dimmed for the Duergar and like the the children of like the Duergar and everything, and that's Dunkelgrot.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the Kraken was like,
well. Before you move
oh,
on to
go
the
ahead.
Kraken, I just kind of wanted to express you started making that one shot while a couple of years ago, correct? Like while we were in
Yeah.
between games, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and we were. I feel like you were almost ready to bring it out and just didn't. Like you held off a little bit.
I think like I don't know, like I think we had other people wanting to do a DM, like to have a campaign of their own.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and it was like to get ready for something, and it's just like, I'll go on the back burner. I've still messed around. I've actually built like an entire world off this one shot, and it potentially could be a campaign that I will someday DM.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
love it. I mean, I've already thought in my head. You gave me the city, and in fact, you gave me a Google Doc with, I want to say, at least 9 pages filled out already. Correct?
Oh, just for Dunkelgrot?
Yes.
My
Oh,
God.
I would have to look back into it. It was this was just the one shot that I had, and I think I even took out the one shot information
Yeah.
from that.
Yeah.
But
I
yeah, I have. It
There's
has
two types of
districts.
DM in this world.
Yeah. Well, I'm with him. I'm 100% an over planner. Like I was telling you guys off screen a while ago, if I make 8 encounters and you figure out a way to get past 7 of them, I am still as happy as if you took down all 8 individually. Like it makes me go like, ooh, that spider is still gonna follow you. Like it makes me shake my fist, but it makes me so happy. It's puzzle solving for me. So
It's like you're doing the whole curse those kids, but you don't mean it.
No, I don't. I don't. But yeah, so that's Dunkelgrat, which is a brand new accent I put on it for no apparent reason whatsoever. But
Dunkelgrot.
That's fun remembering.
Dunkelgrat. But what about the Kraken, the character you play?
Oh, so like the Kraken is like I would have to say he is inspired by like a Critical Role, and just like have a like a weird it's from the Darien Brigade one shot, and I like Taliesin Jaffe, so it's like a shout out to Owlbear Man.
Oh yeah.
And so yeah, Owlbear Man, and I was like, that is so cool. Like that's like an interesting character, and I enjoyed that. And so I was like, well, I want to do my own spin on it. So I looked up as I was making him, and I was like, oh, I really want and I wanted him just to be like more goofier.
Yeah.
And that's like where the obsession with justice, and I think in session 0 I said he's like Adam West Batman, the Tick,
Yep.
and then the Spirit for like the violence. And
Nate, before you go any farther, can I tell you something? One of my coworkers who's big into the show already.
nice.
We have a friend.
I know. I walked into the door. Monday, we always have a meeting where we kind of discuss who's going where, what you're going to need before we go out and work. I think I walked through the door. He was working on his timesheet, and my timesheet was done. So I was standing there awkwardly, and he goes, "What did he say?" He goes, "Yeah, Shava's my favorite. I looked over at him and I was like, "Oh, you finished it, huh?" And then he goes, "Yeah, don't tickle Orbie. I get that." But he was telling me, Ian, he was talking about your character, and he laughed at how I mispronounced it so many times and how I'm terrible at the accent already. And then he goes, "Yeah, and tell that Nate guy, the Kraken, has too much justice." And Nate, knowing what I know about your character, I looked at him. I was like, "Just wait.
That's just going to get you
just
more.
wait.
Do you want more justice?
It's just gonna get more.
Yeah.
So, like, hearing someone say that's too much justice, I am on the right track.
You are. That's my favorite part about you. I told him, I was like, I've played with this guy for years now, and the fact he's going overboard on something just means something else is coming. Just wait for it. Like it's like having. I'm a big football guy. I love football. I played football. I coached it. I watch it. If the Saints are on, I'm watching it. And when a wide receiver is running a route and he's got to get to the back corner of the end zone, he's not just going to run there. He's going to run straight. He's going to run into the middle. He's going to give you a little head fake, and he's going to get you off your route before he changes direction to where he wants to be. And so that was my favorite part about the Kraken, is we sat there that day and just talked about it. And it felt like we were just turning, and then we found the character. And it was so much fun.
Yeah.
I
That
love
character
those organic
is justice.
characters that just create themselves for you.
Yeah.
They just come into being.
Yeah.
Through the greatest, most organic conversations.
And that's exactly what it was. It was truly us just talking.
Yeah.
And it turned into something very grandiose.
Yep.
Fantastic.
A little behind the scenes, the Kraken could have been the Yeti or the Umber Hulk. That was down to those. It was the Kraken, Yeti, and Umber Hulk as my names. And
Yeti was a good one too, actually.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like Kraken, but Yeti is a strong name.
Yeah.
I opened up.
Names.
Yeah, I opened up the challenge rating list, and I was like, okay, I need a catchy like name, and I was like, and it really was. It's like I was like that's pretty good, and I was like the Umber Hulk, and I was visioning like these characters, and then I was like the Kraken. I was like, yeah, I have to go. Yeah, just
fits.
Well,
it's an undeniably catchy monster name.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and my favorite part about the Kraken is Nate actually was the last one to submit his character idea, and everyone else already had their character ready to go. And the second I saw the Kraken, I immediately grabbed another player's character sheet, because that player has yet to reveal this side of them, and went, that's very similar. Like it's literally a shade different. Like there's it's going to be really, really fun. And me already having pages and pages of notes just wants to scream how things connect, but I have to wait, and it's so incredibly hard.
Well, that's
question
important to note. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
For the room.
Yeah.
Can you tell me your character's favorite foods?
Well, I'm writing this
I was
down.
gonna flush them out a little.
We're gonna go reverse order. Yeah, so let's go Kraken, Ian, Shafa.
Oh, the Kraken's favorite food?
Justice isn't food.
I thought he was going to say justice.
Well, it's like I have not even thought about that. Like he just like whatever the kindness of any offering that the Kraken can have as like substance is all like is probably his favorite. He's like a little more. He has no money.
So anything cooked with love, or that is free.
Yes.
Anything cooked.
Yeah.
I
Is
picture
that
the
he's
Kraken being like a Rorschach, just like eating raw eggs and cold beans.
I
Yeah.
picture
Yeah, a
him
little
like
bit,
going
yeah.
through the
Yeah.
aisles of Costco eating samples.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
Yeah.
wait,
Definitely hanging
wait.
out in the bazaar.
I would do that. If that's what it takes to be a superhero, I'm Superman.
All
Yeah.
you need is Costco diet.
I mean, I'm gonna skip the meats, so I guess maybe I'm like Polka Dot Man, Tupole from popular culture. Because I'm terrified of other people making my meat. It scares me.
Like all meat?
Honestly, it sounds ridiculous. I've cooked in dive bars. I've cooked in fancy restaurants. And here's the dirty secret no one wants to tell you. It's all dirty and gross.
Yeah, every
Oh yeah,
kitchen.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
It doesn't matter if if the plate costs $120
Yeah,
or
but what
if
if
the
I cook
greasy
your food?
basket. I'm terrified. My
But
No,
like
that's
me in my
legit.
house.
No, yeah, absolutely. Here's the deal. My best friends, we all 6 of us all lived in a room as we were playing college football together, and we used to have this thing called family breakfast, and it was biscuits, gravy, side of sausage, some scrambled eggs, stuff like that.
For grits.
I only trusted my best friend. Whenever someone else was like, "I'm gonna do the scrambled eggs," I looked at my best friend. I was like, "Hey, dude, you do the scrambled eggs. Like he doesn't do them. Like you gotta like." And it was all just this look. Ready? It was like this. I was cooking, and I'll do the scrambled eggs. I'll be like, and like the conversation was over. Like we didn't have to say anything.
Your eyes silently screaming.
And like,
just 1 second, guys.
yep. So, and like even my wife, we live right next to like a steakhouse that only does steak. You get steak and a salad, so they're good. And I go there and I go, I don't know if I'm gonna like this. Can we just go have mac and cheese and hot dogs? Like I panic.
I feel like this is like some deep phobia. Somebody hurt you with food once.
And I don't see that's the craziest part is the person that hurt me with food was me. I cooked food. I've been cooking since I was I think 15 was my first ever. I could be wrong. At me in the comments if I'm wrong. I think my first cooking job was 15, and it was like a little side thing. Every now and then I got to like flip over a burger or something. I don't know. But I cooked for this guy who's I owe him a lot, even though he was kind of not the best guy. I owe him a lot to who I am today. He taught me how to make pizza. He taught me how to toss it. He taught me how to make good flavors kind of attack each other in your mouth just the right way, And I remember the kitchen we started with, and I went, dude, we absolutely cannot cook here. And he was like, you can. This is technically what you can cook in. And I was like, are you kidding me? And ever since then, if it's not cooked in my house by me, my wife, my parents, or my in-laws, I don't trust it. And even then, if it's meat and like I show up and my parents are like, "Hey, it's done," I'm out. I didn't see you cook that. I'm out. Anyways,
So like if you go to a barbecue at somebody else's house, like if they cook it, do you have to observe them to make sure it's being done properly, kind of thing?
I'm going to be honest. I'm going to sit in the back with a bag of potato chips and pretend pretend it's anything. I really don't. Here's what I tell my wife because she wants me to try so many things. Because I honestly the taste and the flavors I love, like the smell of a good steak that just got that chunk of butter on top and a little bit of garnish on top smells heavenly to me, but I'm never going to eat it. So the fancier food gets, the less I trust it and the less I'm going to eat it. I don't know.
This is a real deep dive.
It is.
Yeah.
This is
Sorry
me.
about that. Nurse came in with
All
medicine.
from my character just taking free food because he is like poor, a poor superhero.
Welcome to the mind of DM Matt. If you want $150 plate of food and you provide me a professional kitchen, I will cook that for you. Just don't expect me to eat any of it.
You won't even cook the food that you eat?
Some of it I just don't like. Like the honest truth. If Alex at work, if you're watching, apparently I'm just spilling all my secrets and my deep emotions to everyone today.
Spill your purse.
You tuned into a different show today.
We were working in an air handler together, and somehow he got me to spill all my innermost thoughts to him. But honestly, meat, like real meat, not like ground beef, not like chicken, but like beef and like steaks. It's a lot of work just to chew, you know. Like
Mm-hmm.
my
Real talk.
my wife keeps telling me prime rib. I've got to try prime rib because I'll just devour it. And I keep telling her, I'm afraid I'm going to waste $35 by taking 2 bites and not enjoying it. So I just don't
I
eat it.
feel like you'd be more of a filet mignon guy. I feel.
It's funny you mentioned that because someone told me that just like a week ago. And I'm like, yeah, but is it mac and cheese? Is it pizza? No, I'm not 300 pounds. We all know that.
Admittedly, it is not any of those things.
Admittedly, it is not melted cheese on a plate, so I'm sorry it is below your standard of.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? That's a whole different date night topic we can talk about. Right now, we've already discovered the Kraken's favorite food is literally anything anyone gives him out of love.
It's literally just food.
Which we
Or
found
just,
out it was tossed in there by Nate. Barely even snuck in there, the Kraken said. The people of Dungelgrot leave coffee out for him. Nate, why is that? Why do they do that for him?
Oh, well, he cannot sleep because he needs to make sure justice is always awake.
And I mean,
Justice never sleeps.
Yes,
I thought that was a throwaway line, like this isn't canon, forget about it. That sparked like a 20-minute debate in my head. Yeah, I was like, holy cow, this city actually loves this guy. Like it's not like that police officer who does his job right, and every now and then he gets like a Facebook shout out.
Fucking wild.
It's an entire city that loves him. And that changed everything about that city. I want you to know that, Nate. That changed that one line changed everything about that city. I have a whole new group of notes for that.
All inspired by Justice Never Sleeps.
All inspired by the city leaves out coffee for him. Bam. I instantly
like
knew
one of the Fae.
Yeah.
It's like this warlock pact sort of deal they got going on, or like they leave out coffee, and in return they receive justice.
Yep.
It's a straight exchange.
No.
And Dunkelgrot has like a town guard and like a whole deal. Like they have a whole militia and the barracks. And
I kind of know they're a joke though, right? Like we know.
Is it like a Gotham PD thing where it's like, yeah, they have cops, but why?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, because the Kraken is there, they could just be like, the Kraken makes their job easier. They can sleep at night. There's no night shift.
not anymore. He actually put the entire night shift out of a job as a huge problem. So now there's all of these angry ex-cops with no income.
And what are they called now? The Whalers. Boom! Back to sessions. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Not canon. Not canon.
Full circle.
Speaking of full circle, let's just go to the next person. Which, yes, is a terrible segue. Ian, what is Ramondo's favorite food?
Ramondo's favorite food. I feel like it's got to be Red River catfish. It's a very spicy
Very
local dish.
specific.
I figure like they gotta have like those like Ganges style catfish, like catfish that get 6 feet long and can
Yep.
easily scoop a kid, sort of thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Those are awesome.
Just do like a
Yes.
giant luau cookout type thing with a big
It's-
pit.
Like Ramondo came from a farm in the middle of nowhere, so like he got to Redstone and like the first thing that he ate there was like this Red River catfish steak, and he was like, "Oh, this is amazing! This is so good!" And like he thinks it makes him very cultured and all that, but like in Redstone, catfish is like what the poor people eat.
It's
Because
just
you
so
can, like-
abundant.
Well, yeah, you can do the noodling thing to catch them, where you just literally like hook them by a gill and drag them out the river, right? And like there's tons of them there, and each one is bigger than a person. So like the poor people go down and noodle out a fish, but like Ramondo's so clueless about the culture there that he's like, "Oh yes, this is very sophisticated dish I am eating right now."
I love it. And I mean, same with that. That literally just changed what I put in my notes. I have my notes up. So this is my camera, this is Twitch. My notes are right here, and I legitimately just typed something. So this is needed. This might be an in-between session kind of thing every now and then.
World building,
Yeah.
character
great.
building.
Since
Whenever one of us is hospitalized, we'll do it.
who's next? I mean, I think we should roll a d8 to find out who's
Oh God,
next.
no, don't, please no. Please no more hospitals.
Since we don't have my own personal food bias to jump into next, let's go straight to Miss Morphine herself, Shafa. Shafa, from your hospital bed, what is Shava's favorite food?
Yeah, so I've been thinking about food a lot because I haven't eaten in like 4 days. So
Yeah.
like
Oh,
I've
man.
been going on like Skip the Dishes and DoorDash and everything, just like looking at food. So, but that makes it a very difficult question to answer in my
Yeah.
exact frame of mind. But I
Yeah.
feel like Shava personally, there can it be a drink?
I mean, especially for ready for it, Belanomask. I think
Oh.
food is hard to come by anyways, so a drink might be your
Yeah.
favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely three penis wine then.
At this moment, if you're watching, clip it, because this is where I lost my humanity. Because I have to now type that in my notes.
Three penis
Three
wine.
penis wine. Enjoy it.
Not to be
Doing-
confused with that two penis swill that they tried to sell a few
No,
years back.
It's awful. That two penis stuff does not have the proper aphrodisiac properties that is really the point of three penis wine.
I want you to know, because I'm not sure if any of you are actively watching on Twitch. I typed it. I did my classic ... I looked down to really collect myself, and my eye twitched. You can't make this up. My eye went, what
I'm gonna
did you just
break
do?
the DM before session 1.
Yep.
It's awesome.
Yep. And
This is what bards are for, though.
And I have to make another note because I'll give 1 luck point to any 3 of you. First off, you have to buzz in by saying "buzz in." Yeah, I need the full thing.
You can't say buzz in.
Nope, you got to say buzz. It's not just buzz in; it's buzz in. So
Okay.
here's the question: how many people, including Sheva, live in Belanomesk?
Buzz in.
Oh, I heard Ian.
Buzz in.
I think you said like 8.
He's on it. 8 people. 8 people currently live in the busted ass town of Belanomesk.
Adults by
Which
morphine.
means a bare minimum 3 of them are males or have penises.
Not
I
anymore.
mean,
They don't.
I never said it was human penis wine.
Ooh.
She did say that. And
I
now
did not.
I'm
I
almost
did not
positive
say
my
that.
eye's going to twitch again, but I have to delete my last note.
Did not say human
Did you just
penis
make a
wine.
note like there's at least 3 guys in the city who
I
are missing
did.
their dicks?
I did. I made that exact note. I was typing 8 males in, and then she said that, and I went,
After she said 3 penis wine, I just immediately went to like one of the first lines she said. I may butcher it, but it's like, well, I'm going to go out of the city and go find a mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go in the forest and find a mate.
Yep.
here's what I found enjoyable about that. The reason the jokes you guys make I don't laugh at half the time is because I'm so prepared. I was with you while you built these characters.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, I know that joke's coming. Breeze past it.
Yeah.
Like Nate in Session 0 had so many of those classic poppy comic, sayings, old fashioned Batman sayings. And I knew they were coming. I'm so ready for them.
I think it was suffering cephalopods that got me.
That killed
Oh
you.
yeah, that was a
That
good one.
was it.
Yep. Okay, so that's everybody's favorite food. And I have a special surprise for all of you. All of you players. Not you viewers, but you know what? Why not? You, once again, it says 4 viewers. Twitch,
Oh my God.
I know. That's supposed to say 4 million. It doesn't fit in that small box. I get it. It's okay. Well, you know what? We'll talk about it later, Twitch.
We know it. We feel it.
At one point, we had 5.
We did. We did at one point have 5.
So,
Wow.
But
Yeah.
the thing is that I want to tell you guys, Redstone is actually red for a very specific reason. And the reason being is there was actually a war set there from many different gods defending that very specific location. Ian, only because your character Ramardo has been living there, I'm going to let you know ahead of time. That location was actually used during the last war, which apparently my mouth is dry and I need to take a sip of whiskey, which is my favorite drink. So hold on. That last war was that last war was the war that all of the gods came together and built like a barricade to say, you know what? No more gods. There's 20 different messenger gods. There's 100 different gods of war. There's 3 gods of literature. We don't need that many gods. That's why that soil has turned deep, deep dark red. So take that with your character. The only other character, I would assume you guys all kind of have a fantasy, a myth of that. But if it's ever brought up in Ramardo, definitely knows, no. That's not because there was a small war. That's not because of the dirt. That's not the rocks. The war was fought there. And if you guys can kind of see on the map, everywhere else intentionally color pops out besides that very bottom south location.
Is that like a Lion King reference?
Here's I mean, if you really want to dive deep, I've been watching a lot of College Humor's game show called Actually. Actually, do you mean it's a Hamlet reference? Because Lion King is based off of that.
Goodness.
I meant Lion King because Hamlet didn't have that reference.
Boom. I was just joking anyways. It's not it's it's coworker Alex. As long as you're not listening, don't put it in the chat because I don't want to tell him yet. But this whole game, this whole world is actually based off of something very, very specific that you guys will find out very soon what it is. But it's something more or less near and dear to me in experiences I've met, and my idea is really to see how you guys now interact with these experiences I've had in my past. It's basically a dear diary. A bully called me a name, and then I'm gonna see what other people respond. Basically, it's and the silliness is way better than the seriousness.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
This brings me back to this thing I said earlier with there's two types of DM.
Yep.
Because for anyone listening, I DM a game for all of us on a different night that we definitely do not record. And
sure.
I'm sure it's been apparent a couple of times in our game, but I come from the exact opposite school of DMing, which is like, how many notes do I have? None at all.
Yeah.
That's also fun.
It's so much fun.
I always think that I'm going to like prepare a bunch of stuff ahead of time, and like I'll do the same thing. I'll be in my truck going from place to place at work, and I'll be thinking about it, and like, okay, so I'll do this, this, and this, and then like we get to game night, and within the first 5 minutes, it's like, nope, that's all fucked.
Yep.
That's all gone now. We're making
It's
up
usually
stuff.
my fault.
You ruined my boss monster.
It's true. It's so true.
You
She carries
so
it around
thoroughly.
as a pet now. As a child.
You call it your baby, and he responds to it. You ruined my big bad evil guy.
Yeah.
He is my baby.
But that goes back to the whole thing you're saying, like you love tabletop games because you can't plan for half of the things that happen in your game.
Yeah.
I could not have. That character was supposed to menace you guys for like the entire campaign. I could not have predicted that she was going to literally and figuratively make it her bitch.
No. I mean, 100%. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
There's a reason my character is terrified not only of Shava's character in that other game, Shafa's character in that other game. Sorry, it's gonna be impossible to put those two together.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of slur it and you get it.
I don't drink enough whiskey for that. I'm
Shava.
It's a reason my character in that game is deathly afraid of Shafa's character and the pet and the baby. Like he sees this relationship and goes, "No, I don't want any of that."
This is not good. None of this is good.
Yeah.
But also, nobody has figured out what to do about it yet, including the DM.
My character is just deathly afraid of the baby.
Yeah.
Because he has seen, and it's never good. So he's going to do what it needs to do to not see that baby sad, mad. Well, maybe I don't mind mad, but sad. So
I don't mind mad. Mad is useful sometimes.
Speaking of your character in that other game, which is not related to this stream at all, so I'm sorry if we got caught up in another game entirely.
This is the behind the scenes episode. They're getting to know the cast.
I was telling my coworker today that I was working with in the same air handler, speaking through the filters. I was like, because he was the one who was like, the Kraken, I mean, it way too focused on this justice angle, like kind of gave it that kind of talk. And I was like, I'll tell you what, I've played with him for years now, more than I've played with anyone else at this point. And he is my favorite person to play with because when he says he's doing this character, it's done. You can't make him change. It's not going to differ. That's who he's playing. And I was telling him about your character in that game called the Ferret, who's like a Stretch Armstrong, can fit into anyone. I don't care, lawful neutral kind of guy, you know. And then I told him about your other characters.
lawful neutral is how you describe him?
I think so. I think he's very goal. This is how I see it, at least. He's very goal oriented. Where if you're in my way, I'm sorry. My goal is more important than what you're attempting to do.
Yep.
That's kind of how I see it. And
Even
I
if
could
that
be totally
attempting to
wrong,
do
Nate.
is sometimes the attempting to do is just continue breathing unmutilated.
Yeah.
Like he believes what he needs to do, and and he, you can't leave like any loose ends. And if there is a loose end, he'll cross that road down the line.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's still him moving on.
And like I said, I don't want to put words in your mouth, Nate. But would lawful neutral be close, or would you maybe tilt it some other direction?
I'm terrible with alignments and everything, but
Yeah.
I would say, like he has like I'd say the fair does have a sense of like maybe what's good and what's bad, and then but like he's gonna do what he needs to do. So I would say yeah, probably a good neutral.
So back to what I was saying is I was kind of explaining that character, and he was like, I don't think I would like that character either. And then I told him about your past characters and what they sacrificed for their friends, or how they felt about when their friends and their other companions passed away or failed at a mission. And he was like, I like that character. And I just had to look at him because he like I said, he's not the kind of guy to listen in the background and be like, hey man, that was cool, nice. Like he'll bring up very specific details. And I just kind of gave him a look. I don't know if he picked up on it because the filter we were looking through was very confessional like. You couldn't quite see through it. But I gave him a look. Like, just wait. Just wait. That character you want to see is coming. So
Come on, give us time. We haven't done session 1 yet.
I know it. I'm trying to hold back like Ian, I'm trying to hold back the thing that we talked about, your NPC you made. And I'm
we'll see.
I'm waiting. It's so close. I almost gave it out in session 0, but I didn't.
No, I didn't want to like. You don't want to show your entire character right away, right?
Yeah.
Nope. Unless you're the Kraken, which is justice.
Which is justice. But even you, like, I'm sure Kraken has abilities and stuff he can do that you didn't like bust out in session 0, right?
That's very true. Yeah.
No.
I thought you were going to murder me in session 0.
Can we talk about that real quick? Real quick? Can we break down that dynamic? And then I have to ask Shafa a question. As long as you're still awake and coherent.
Yeah, what's up?
Okay. So let's get back to that in just a second. We'll get back because that's interesting. I didn't know where you two were going. But Shafa, here's what I had to say about Shafa to my buddy, who immediately said you were his favorite right off the bat. Sorry, I just got a bunch of notifications on Twitch. Somebody sent me a whisper. I don't know what that means yet. I'm not super good with Twitch. That's my bad. I'm sorry, whoever sent me a whisper. I don't even see where to hit that yet.
We're all learning here.
We're all learning.
I didn't know at all.
I didn't. I imagine it's like a chat or like a DM or something. We'll see. But Shafa,
the DMs.
Yeah.
The DM's DM. Shava just left her town of, once again, Elanomisk. What does she think about being outside of this town? I mean, she's been stuck in this guarded town for, I presume, a while. She just got out. What were those couple of hours like?
Well, I mean, just eye-opening. It made her desire more.
Yeah.
She's just, at this point, she's eager to try as much as she can to experience life to the fullest because she's had a taste of it now. So she's going to be all over.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
Yeah.
Not fully.
And I mean, she originally said she was going out to find a mate. And so I just wondered, now that she knows there's a whole entire different world out there, is there a mate that this is it, this is the one, or is it kind of like a that was cool, we out, and you're just gonna keep moving on?
I mean, I'm probably gonna sow my wild oats a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you grow trees everywhere, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Johnny Appleseed,
So
he taught us.
and like, I don't know, the people aren't really aware of a lot of my history at this point, but it just seems like the logical thing for me to do.
Yeah. And that's really where I was as a DM. I kind of wanted to know, holy cow, I thought about it. I thought about planning for it, but I totally forgot this is a brand new territory for her. So I just kind of want to get your perspective, and I think we're on a very similar path. So good.
They're good.
So morphine nap. Let's jump over to
I'll be real.
let's jump over to the Kraken versus Ramondo. That session 0, you guys were close. Like the Kraken even had you, Ramondo, up and off the ground. Is Ramondo's like fight or flight instinct to flee, to take off and get to safety?
Like, I figure Ramondo will fight, but like not if it's fair.
Okay.
And I don't know much about how the Kraken is designed character sheet wise, but I just figured that like there's no way that Ramondo would be able to like get in a brawl with him and win.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't think I ever let go of him from that whole like
No,
up against the wall grasp. We just got taken by Orbie, and it was just like justice.
I like originally I saw it because he shifted, like Orbie pulled him, and you were like, I want to walk with him, and in my head you had him by the shirt. He moved east, and you were like, I shuffle, I guess, like some sort of basketball guard drill, like hey, where you going?
Yeah, like the hand never came off the collar.
But Ian, why did you think Ramondo was going to die? Why did you think he was going to go to blows with the Kraken?
Well, just the type of character that he's playing, because all I knew was like we talked about it briefly, and he was like, I'm kind of going to be like a Batman style character, and I was like, oh no, because in the comics, if you run from Batman, let's be real, Batman is a classic character, but he's a psychopath.
Yeah.
And if you run for Batman, Batman will break your legs and hang you upside down from a building where you can't get medical attention for hours and hours.
Let's make sure it's out in the public. These 4 listeners, the 5th one, if you ever jump back in, this is the time. We'll wait 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Batman is a complete psychopath. He gets teenage boys to run around in bright spandex. Why is that? Why? Because in the comics, it states so that the enemies attack. The gunfire goes to them, so he can sneak behind and attack them quietly.
They're bullet sponges.
That's outrageous. Teenage kids being shot at so you can get behind and flank? Batman, Bruce, Buddy.
Like, what's even crazier about that is Bruce could have just hired like a regular mercenary and dressed him up in a colorful outfit. He has the money to do that.
Worse than that, Bruce could have built a $500,000 robot and not even dipped into his billions. Could have painted
That's
it
true.
any colors he want. He could have put reflective mirrors on it. But he goes, "Oh, this kid, his parents died in the circus. You know what
Yeah,
Bruce
Bruce
do?"
is not in control.
Yeah,
Bruce isn't in control. It's the alter ego is Bruce Wayne.
you're, and what a great segue into literally my next question. Kraken, why Dunkelgrat?
Why the city of Dunkelgrat?
Why? Why is that where Kraken resides?
It's just it's his city. It's all
Yep.
he's ever known.
Okay. And let's say, because it's the same thing as for Sheva, the Kraken, have you ever left Dunkelgrat? Is this your first time away from your city?
To the Kraken's knowledge, it is. He's
What-
always protected Dunkelgrat.
What is it
So,
like? What is it like now holding this who you thought was obviously a criminal because he ran away from you, but now is assisting you and getting Orbie home? What is that like for the Kraken?
It's just the pursuit of justice, and there's many people that will ride with you.
Mhm. So you even mentioned you being, of course, the Kraken, not you, Nate, the living human, but the character. The Kraken offered to both Sheva and Ramondo if they would join your campaign. Why is that? Why would such a loner, a crime fighter, anything rally behind this orb that randomly goes, "Hi, I'm Orbie"? What is that to the Kraken? What did that mean to him?
It was just someone that needed help.
Yeah.
And the Kraken helps.
Yeah, but why invite these two strangers? In fact, this guy that you came nearly blows to blows with. We'll start with Ramondo first. Why Ramondo?
Oh, well, he knows Orbie.
Yeah.
And for the Kraken, Ramondo was the only one that has talked to Orbie. And then the Kraken is also Miles. He doesn't know how far he's ran. He's only ran for the pursuit of justice.
Yeah.
And to, get whatever that the Whalers had back into like some sort of like just community or, out of the evil hands kind of deal. So he's just like, I don't know. He'll never admit it because he is the Kraken and justice, calls.
Yeah.
But he's he's a huge fish out of the water.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of my favorite was the Kraken snap. Like he crumbled when he stepped on Sheva, and he's like, "I was unjust."
Yeah.
I love when Orbie was talking to us too. You just slipped in like it's my first adventure.
Oh, this is out of my. I'm out of my city.
I've got a little tiny sticky note on here that literally says, "Don't tell the players they're telepathically linked until it's funny enough to tell the players." And, like I was prepared to wait 4, 5, 6 sessions till someone was out like on a night's watch and they just like looked around and Orbie was awake and you just like drop a fart. I was gonna echo that to everybody. And I was like,
It's like revealed a horrible secrets. Like, and everybody knows.
yeah, exactly. And like that was it. I immediately grabbed that note and went, nope, that's gone.
No, that was really funny.
Yeah. Yeah. And you played it so well underwater, like it was great. So once again, before we get right back to a quick funny, I've got to go tiny serious for a second. But I had a buddy of mine. I was telling the guy I was working with today. I had a buddy of mine who was like, "Why would you put all this stuff out on the internet? That's such a bad idea." And I was telling him, my life has been so caged and so you have to do this, you have to talk like this, you have to act like this. this putting this out in the open is so freeing for me as a person. That talking about my dog hitting the door felt so amazing to me, in the weirdest possible way. And so to be able to talk about silly stuff like the Kraken being for justice or Shaver going to find a mate in my normal everyday life would never be okay. Which sounds, I'm sure, to some people completely bonkers. But this is kind of what we do this game for. And
That's
so
what happens when you're a professional most of the time.
right. And I mean, why be like that? Why not just be freeing and have fun? So if I could step off my tiny soapbox for a second, Ramondo, why'd you grab the bag?
Why'd Ramondo grab the bag?
Was it a quick score? Did you see that it looked to be important? What was your motivation there?
Ramondo is just a creature of opportunity.
Okay.
And it's like he doesn't necessarily have the best judgment about it, but he's kind of like oh my god, I'm drawing the blank on the name of the bird. It starts with M. They grab random shiny objects to like decorate their nest with. Is it magpie? That might not be right.
It could be. All I'm thinking of is a ferret, which is hilarious based off of
It's a
Nate's
magpie. So I had myself thinking
magpie. Okay, see,
Yeah.
I was right. I the funny thing is, I knew that she would know, or she would find out very quickly if she didn't know.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just kind of like he didn't even totally think it through. But like Ramondo's poor as shit. He's like a low level drug dealer. That's the only way he's been making his money. So he kind of like, if he sees an opportunity for a score, he's gonna take it.
Sure.
And we even talked about that. Like the session started, and he was already like, "Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck! I shouldn't have done this! Oh fuck! Oh shit!"
Yeah.
Like it's instantly knew that he fucked up, but it's already, if the fact that he's thinking that already means it's too late.
Yeah. Exactly. And I mean, how many people I know right now? We only have 4 people listening, but the fifth person is the person who's going to relate to this. How many people have done something that they, at the moment, were like, "This is what I need. This is what's going to get me to the next." Oh, this was stupid. It doesn't even make sense. A triangle doesn't fit in a round spot. Like
Just one of those instant, oh no decisions.
Exactly. And how many of us have done that? I mean, everybody's done that.
So true.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was, I usually play characters who are kind of dumb and like just Hulk smash their way through games. So I thought it would be interesting to try to play a character that was actually like kind of crafty and kind of clever.
Yeah.
And that's Ramondo's thing. He's a hustler.
Yeah. And I mean, I already stepped off my soapbox, but I'm gonna step right back on it. I'm like that new challenge going around on Twitter. I'm gonna walk up those crates.
So many broken ribs. Good God.
Oh, and I feel like noses. I feel like people are falling directly on their faces.
Yeah, like stop climbing those crates, people. Stop.
Oh, those crates is awful, man. It's awful.
Here's another thing based off my profession while I was younger, cooking all the time. Those crates are not the same size. They might look the same size, but some of them have that little like edge along the inside. Some of them have that edging on the outside. Some of them don't have it at all. Like maybe that's part of the game.
If you didn't get them all from the same place at the same time, you're fucked up. You're playing the deadly game. Those don't match.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Some are meant to stack, but not all.
But to step back up on my soap crate, this is kind of what this game's about. Like you were saying, you've played these kind of beat 'em up, smash 'em characters. It's fun every now and then. You learn something about yourself when you have to all of a sudden shift to a guy who has to talk his way out of a scenario. like
Orbie spellcasty. Yeah.
yeah, or like fight from a distance, or fight from the shadows, or like you have to change your own mindset to be able to play that character. And honestly, I respect you for being able to make that change.
It's
Actually,
real
I actually
so
haven't
hard.
shown like any of Ramondo's weapons or powers or anything. I don't think.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
And
All he did was see the Kraken and go, nope.
Just boom.
he's also the only one that has taken damage.
Not true.
That's
Oh.
true.
That's
Wild.
there's a reason I recorded these and put them on YouTube is so that I can
oh.
listen. Here's another deal. So right
I have
now,
1 point.
Shafa, add one more point of luck to Shava's character. Because I
Oh,
was just about to say, if anyone else knows who took damage, I'll give them one more luck point.
I forgot that you got hurt.
Yeah, she slipped going up the the slip
No,
and
I
slide.
remember.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I had to choose which
True,
one I took
yeah.
it from.
No, Wild, that son of a bitch, he shot me.
And just go how much I am playing the Kraken and I am just thinking of justice. I'm not paying attention.
Get that little orb home. Get that
For
little
the
orb
record,
back home.
It was Officer Wild who shot me and not the other guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead, Shafa.
I'm just gonna put it +1 luck point
Okay.
on the general chat just because I cannot access my character sheet right now.
Yep. That's fine.
Yeah. We'll add it.
Yep.
Yep.
It'll get put on there.
So the one thing, so I've listened a couple times because the reason I was able to play college football being too slow, not athletic enough, and untalented is because I work hard. So I've watched our last stream like 3-4 times to figure out what went well, what didn't go well. One thing I poorly mentioned, and I kind of mentioned it, one guard looks away from the city and one guard looks towards the city. What I should have said is guards are posted throughout the border, front to back. And then there could be a mile stretch of nobody and then front to back guards. So like it's not like a border of a warring city against another border of a warring city. It's just kind of like, hey, there's 8 of them. If you see movement, maybe shift a quarter mile.
It's like the Night's Watch. There's not a ton of them.
Exactly. Which ties into our first sponsor, HBO. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God, those paychecks. Oh.
100% not sponsored, but it's almost winter, which my wife, if you're watching, it's so close to Game of Thrones. We decided we're gonna rewatch Game of Thrones every winter.
It's worth it.
Well, I mean, and mainly because they tell you winter's coming, so I mean, you have to watch then, right?
It's worth it.
Yeah.
Now we know why. Winter's coming to watch Game of Thrones.
That's right. That's why. Follow the trend. Hit us up on Twitter, HBO. I got nothing. I ran out of funny about 3 minutes ago.
Make a TV show out of our stream, HBO.
Yeah. I mean, I'm down. We're gonna have to get a lot more content way quickly, but we can
like
do
really
it
fast.
I'll tell you what. My 4.5 chapters of a novel, I'll just read out loud, and I'll let them take that. How's that sound?
That's a good start. That's like 4 seasons.
Yep. It doesn't correlate with this game even the tiniest bit.
That's fine.
Okay, perfect.
Everything is content.
But I mean that kind of wraps it up. We kind of got a little bit of backstory of everybody, a little bit of why that character got made. I even want to say we even learned personally about everybody a little bit, mostly me, and about why I don't eat food and I eat cardboard basically with cheese on top. but then we kind of drop back into the seriousness of who each character was, and is there anything anyone else wants to say before we kind of hit that 9:00 time frame? We'll start at the bottom of my little doc I have here. Shafa, anything else you kind of want to just put out there, just to be out there?
I feel like my character will kind of speak for herself. And I want everyone to know that I actually got a liar. Like, that is a real liar. And I have it. And I will play it.
I'm going to be honest. And out of the 5 people that are watching, explain what you mean by a liar. I'm off. I might be just totally wrong.
A liar, Lyre.
Okay.
A harp.
Oh,
Harp
like
type instrument.
okay, like your instrument. Okay, like the one I had to Google, and then I Googled as fast as I could, so you didn't know that I didn't know what instrument you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I know what you guys are thinking. Did DM Met actually put a picture of it up in her character sheet that's specifically for DM Met? Yes. Yes, I did.
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I have that instrument, and I will play it.
And just to reiterate, are you going to play it well?
No, I cannot play it.
That's what I was hoping.
And it is not tuned.
But
Nice.
She can play the beginning of Taps.
I can.
I mean, hot cross buns. I mean, come on, you have to at least have hot cross buns.
You know what? We'll work on it. And
there's plenty of bushes to practice in.
I'll just get my husband to drop off my lyre at the hospital, and I'll have plenty of time to practice and annoy everyone.
I was going to say, fuck, the other patients would love you. Sitting there learning to play a stringed instrument.
It actually sounds very beautiful. So
yeah.
It's not tuned. It doesn't sound
beautiful.
And here's the good news. If we get a sympathy crazy amount of fans for Shafa in the hospital, I'm going to be honest, someone else has to go in the hospital. The downside is my computer already has Twitch on it. We can't just take that to a hospital. So, Ian, Nate, it's up to you guys.
All right.
Man,
all right.
I don't want to say it out loud, but it's been a long time since I hospitalized myself. I don't want to do it again, you know?
The upside downside.
Don't you put that juju on them? Like, why?
Because
don't you put that evil on me?
Because I'm evil. I told you guys ahead of time.
Fun fact.
We just got a comment that I'm going to assume is someone attempting to get us to buy followers. So hey man, Mr. Gate. Nah, bruh. And
we don't want your dirty money followers.
Is that Bill Gates?
Yeah.
No, it's not. But I want that Shava just waking up after being kicked in the face. Hit him with a nah, fam.
Nah, fam.
See,
bruh.
I mean, we appreciate you being here. You might be a bot, but nah, fam.
Yeah, I think it was like once you hear followers, boom.
Yep. Want to become famous? Want to become famous? Yeah. You had me, and I read the rest. I was like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, we gotta get that organic reach, yo.
Yeah, I mean,
DMN.
Yeah.
Fun fact:
hit
my
me.
childhood name from via my mother was Mr. Glass because I was the most expensive child, and I went to the hospital a couple times.
Now I feel bad for putting it in the air. And the only way you go to the hospital now is horrible and tragic. So maybe just take a week off of work. Maybe don't get out of bed. I feel like I put it out in the air and it's bad.
I go to the hospital pretty frequently, but it's just because I'm very clumsy with knives, and I use knives at work all the time.
Like,
Also, he accompanies me a lot of times, and I go pretty frequently.
here's the
Yes.
problem I had with the last statement. Why did you have me change your poster to you with a knife? If that's the thing that constantly sends you to the hospital, man.
I respect my adversary.
Oh,
He does
man.
not. He does not have any respect for it
Keep your
whatsoever. That's his problem. He doesn't
Keep your
respect it at
enemy
all.
close.
I think probably my favorite time I ever did is I was on the phone with her at work, and I actually said out loud, like, "Oh fuck, where's my screwdriver? I don't have it. I'm just going to use my knife to unscrew this thing." And she's sitting there going, like, "Don't do it. You're going to cut yourself, you fucking idiot." And I'm like, "It'll be fine." Ow. It's just, did you cut yourself? I'm like, no, I have to go now.
If any of my college roommates are currently listening, or in the future listening, or in the past, we don't know how time travel works. Flat circle, backwards time travel to the future. We don't need to talk about that story. That relates to me in that exact same way. We can just let that go. So we
See,
got.
I'm not the only one.
It technically wasn't me. It just directly comes back to me. We got Shafa's last kind of signed off. We got Ian's don't give him knives sign off. Nate, anything you want to sign off as you and or the Kraken?
I don't know. Like, well, that's tough now.
I put you on the spot. Here, does this help? What's this?
What's this?
You might not be on Twitch currently.
Oh, that is my. That I am looking. Then that's my the miniature that I prefer to have on the miniature board because that's the dragon turtle.
Yep.
Inspired by one of my characters.
Yep.
That probably your coworker likes.
Yes. That would be the one, yes. And here's the deal. We get I just want you guys to know, officially, we have quadrupled our viewers from last week. Because really, we only had one. We had a second one that dropped in and out. And for the most part, we've had 4 this whole time. So
yeah.
That's how math works, guys.
That is
dang.
A big percentage of uplift. Yeah, like if we can get.
I feel the crushing weight of responsibility to entertain our public.
It's true. Which means
it's only grows.
If we get 2 more followers next week, we have to stop our session so someone can sing a nice jingle for each follower. I think that's how it goes.
Ooh.
So I'm going to call it out.
Be like a separate jingle for each one, or can it be like one jingle that mentions all of them?
I think it does. Even though, Ian, I got to break your heart. You got Haas. You got their name wrong. Because you added an extra 1 in there, and I think you had the numbers wrong. But that's okay. It's the thought.
Oh, I knew
that
those
counts.
were going to be wrong.
No, that's the spirit of it, though. It's just, it was imbued with a pure spirit. So,
and in fact,
I was like, more than 3 digits? No, I'm not getting it.
I encourage you guys in the chat to just go after Ian, and then Ian, if you feel bad, go in the chat and attack me. I feel like that's fair and full circle. Is that right?
I promise to engage in fruitless internet arguments with everyone who comes at me in the chat while playing.
Yeah. If I need to make a fake account, I will. I won't. That's too much effort.
We can get like deeply personal with it. We can scream about politics. We can argue all sorts of stuff. It can get mean.
Yeah. But this has been a very special edition of Date Night, where we didn't get to play because it felt rude to make someone play while they're being currently dripped bits and bits and bits and bits of morphine. That just seems rude. So instead,
Actually,
oh,
I'd like to correct you. They just did a subcutaneous injection, so it was just like a really high dose. Right before we started, it was good.
of course. And don't act like you don't know what any of those words meant. Come on. Get up on your nursing terms and doctor terms and hospital terms. We all know exactly what kind of dose that was, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Morphine man.
Everything is morphine unless it's sold by Steve down the road.
I look at my character sheet. Ramondo does not have morphine.
You don't.
Oh.
You don't.
Wow.
And I'm sorry.
That's a disappointment.
I do have
Can my
cocaine.
character have morphine?
I don't think your character has morphine. I think your
No, but,
person
like,
currently
can they?
has it.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, as a real world inspiration to my character, can they just like have morphine?
I'll tell you what.
And
They can just be like on morphine. You know what I mean? Like,
Who
Just on it.
here's the deal. Off screen, I'm gonna roll a giant D8. It's big. It's super big. This is my head. This is the D8. It's a big one. Or a D20. Wow, don't come at me in the chat.
Oh,
I'll let
at
you.
least you corrected yourself.
at this man.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is what I get for attacking Ian. I'll let you pick 4 numbers. Pick 4 numbers on this D20.
let's say 4, 8, 12, 16.
4, 8, 12, 16. You have no way of knowing what to actually roll.
Multiple.
4,
Yeah.
8, 12, 16. And it would be so satisfying to roll this off camera and say, nope. But Ian, are you currently in Discord?
Yeah, I am.
Roll a D20. Let's see
Oh, snap.
what this poor bush sleeper has in their pocket or in their system.
Oh.
Which, of course, actually,
may I chime in?
12.
12. Oh, 12.
I didn't pull it up. I was trying to pull it up as fast as I could,
literally
and
see
you
it.
beat me to it. In fact,
Oh, shit.
this is what I can do. This is
Others just thought I was calling them because I was yelling.
this is what I can show my 4 amazing listeners right now. 5? Are we at 5 right now? Look at that.
Yeah, we're at 5 right now.
Oh,
I want to show you guys
oh,
what
look at
just
that.
happened. This right here. So I have to go by my word. Do you want to currently be on it, or do you have a little bit of something in your pocket?
Ooh. I'm just gonna make my character on it.
Would you like
Yeah.
to waste that luck I gave you tonight?
Why?
It's up
Yes.
to you. We'll find out next week if that's what you want to do.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
All right. So take that luck away I gave you, and you'll find out next week what you have.
Oh, shit.
DM, we played in a campaign where we had a character that was on ether a lot.
We did. It
due
was
to
a while ago.
tragic
Yeah.
athletics accident.
Yeah. Are you trying to insinuate that these campaigns are somehow connected?
No, I'm just saying that it's not the first time where we've had painkillers involved in our campaigns.
It's not, and I'll tell you what. I wouldn't let that go so lightly if it didn't mean something that I legitimately in these sorry, checking for accuracy. 12 pages of notes isn't already in this game.
Ooh. Oh.
Like I said, this game is heavily based off of my interactions with the world. And I want to see how other people would have reacted to very similar situations that I've been in or people that I've known to be in. It's more or less a case study and a super fun game to play.
I feel like painkillers and the adventuring lifestyle would also go hand in hand, you know?
Yeah, most
Absolutely.
definitely. And in case you guys were wondering, we're currently at 6 viewers.
I was about to say that.
So 1 through 5, forget about them. Hey, whoever you are, number 6, if you follow us right now and hit us in the chat, Ian will sing you the most beautiful song you ever heard. We'll give you time. We'll give you a little bit of time before we sign off because we are about to sign off. And they're gone. They missed out on their beautiful song.
It was going to be haunting. Haunting.
But
a golden opportunity. You know what? I'll have him sing it to me privately later.
Are you insinuating you were the 6th viewer?
No.
Okay.
I'm saying that I'm going to steal that sensual lullaby he was going to give him, and that's going to be mine.
Here's the good news. You other 5 viewers, I didn't mean it. Because a tradition here at Date Night is Ian has to sing us a jingle before we leave. So Ian, how would you like to end this session?
Oh man,
I'm thinking something uplifting and fun. Is anyone else can we take a vote? What kind of jingle do we want here?
Uplifting and fun.
That's 2.
Okay.
Shava?
Yeah, that sounds good.
I love a good uplifting and fun.
I mean, I could be uplifted right now.
Yeah, exactly. In the spirit of laying in a hospital bed, Ian, uplift us. Get us through Friday. Because Thursday's over. There's clearly nothing on Thursday night that is more entertaining than this. Get us through tomorrow to the weekend.
All right, let me think about it. I'm going to have to sing a song that I've heard multiple times today.
All right.
Because it's stuck on a loop in my head, and it's the only thing that I can hear anymore because I've been with our son.
You bet.
Oh God.
5 little ducks went out one day over the hill, and I can sing the whole song if you want. I can do it. I can do the whole thing.
Here's the craziest. I got a Snapchat from my wife who was with my daughter all day, and you know what she's saying to me, my daughter. Ready for it? Quack, quack, quack.
See, it's universal. It's universal.
I'm telling you.
She knows what's up.
So, guys,
viewer number 6, you missed out.
You missed out, viewer number 6 and 5. We just lost 5. So, guys,
this is what happens when you have me sing.
Exactly. and we're definitely not gonna pick on someone new next session. We would never ever do that.
If we crack 100 viewers, I will find a sample of my very embarrassing music from when I was 18 years old and thought that I was cool, and we will post it here.
Yes, that's all we want.
Yes,
that's all we want. 100 viewers.
100 viewers.
So that person that attempted to raid us earlier and flood a bunch of follows into us, but I was only on for like 10 minutes. Come back. It's worth it.
Oh, come on. Bots can't count. Bots can't count.
I heard 100 viewers. I didn't hear 100 human viewers.
Oh, this is a monkey paw wish. Oh, no.
Welcome to DeightNight, and have a great night. We have been on a spectacular date. Please, 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 please enjoy your Friday and let's go into the weekend. We'll see you guys next week on DeightNight. Thank you guys for joining us. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.